Going to the weekend sale this Saturday morning, somewhere around 9. And I came here alone today in this shopping mall. Let's see what they have.
If you don't know me, I'm Hannah. I live in Stockholm, and on this channel I'm recording some bits from my life. Immediately close to the entrance I saw this table with a lot of cameras. This is the only point and shoot they had. It's a bit disheveled and it's nothing special, although this camera is pretty good. So I wondered, if it's cheap maybe I should get it. Turned out they wanted €55 for that, or around so. Too much. In a weekend sale you expect to get a camera for maybe €1, €5 or so. And usually when you see a lot of cameras on the table, they are reselling them, so it's very unlikely that you would get a fair price for that. Here I spotted something that looked like a light meter, although I didn't actually figure out how to open it and make it work, so I wasn't able to test if it actually works. And light meters, if you don't know, are these instruments that you can use to measure, well, the light. This is useful if you have a camera with manual optics. I spotted this book. This is pretty modern. I usually see a bit older books in the flea markets. And these two books are pretty famous classics, I would say, in Swedish crime genre. Stieg Larsson's series. They costed maybe like 4 cents. Really good to have them in my library. Another camera. I didn't have any breakfast, so I went to the cafe to grab something to eat. For these weekend sales, if you want to get something really interesting, you should be there at the very beginning when they just open, which is somewhere around 9:30. Also, some people just come here to take a look, and if they don't find anything they just leave. It's not how I do it. When I come to this weekend sales, I usually go a couple of times through the rows and then again and again. I maybe spend there about 2 hours. And the reason for that is that sometimes people just put new stuff on the table after a while, or they reshuffle things, and then once you pass them the second and the third time, you might notice something that you didn't notice before. Oh, by the way, I ordered a scone and flat white with coconut milk. This is the first time I'm trying these scones in this place, and I wonder how they would be compared to the previous place I tried them, which is the best. And this turned out to be pretty good. It is okay. I would definitely go to that first place if I would have a choice, but if not, then I would happily just eat these. These were fine. I decided to take one last look at this flea market.
I'm gonna go to some secondhand stores on the next floor.
In this particular shopping mall, there are 2 secondhand stores. This is one of them. This I like the most because they have a lot of different small things like musical instruments, things for home, and stuff like that. Today, I have found something I didn't expect. A point and shoot film camera. I don't know much about this brand and it seems to me to be a little bit overpriced, so I'm just passing it. But still, I don't think I've seen any point and shoots here before, especially not with a flash on them. Also, there were a lot of books, and probably I was in the mood for books today. I've seen some famous titles on the shelves. They might not be my genre, but also I don't expect to see famous titles on the shelves of secondhand stores because I thought that people could sell them on their own. And this is a digital label maker. This Dumont brand makes a lot of different digital label makers. They have things like vinyl record players. I used to have one long time ago. And then I found this. It is somebody's journal from 1939. Can you imagine?
I think I just saw and bought the most beautiful diary from the old times that I've seen. People were making such nice photos. They were very careful about the photos that they took. And they were very well crafted, and composition was there. So there's definitely something to learn from. I don't know what's with all the books today, but I found a few really good books. So it's a book day, apparently. Sometimes you want to find a book and there's nothing there. And sometimes you don't look for anything and here you are.
After that, I went to the city. I had some lunch plans, but it was a bit early for that. I went to one of my favorite secondhand stores, Archivet. They sell items from different brands, so it feels like the items are more or less selected and very well styled. All these rugs with cloths, they aren't random. Every item of clothing was carefully selected to match the composition, so it's aesthetically pleasing to go through those. And it already kind of gives you a feel that here you have a complete look. If you buy several of these items, you would have a capsule. I haven't tried this approach. I usually just find some random stuff that interests me here. Like a couple of weeks ago, I bought a bag. Since this is a secondhand store, all these items are at a very appealing price.
I didn't find anything interesting in Arkivet.
It was very close to lunchtime, so I decided to go to that place where we agreed to meet with my friend. This is what we ordered. This place served Vietnamese food and I ordered some pho soup. After that, we decided to grab some coffee. There's a really good place nearby, so we were heading there. Dogs were allowed in this cafe, and this one was patiently waiting for their human to finish their coffee. Even after all that, I was still in the mood to continue my adventures, so I went to the nearby bookstore. I don't know what I wanted to find there, to be honest, but I felt like I'm in a book mood. Maybe I'll find something. Who knows? Or well, it's just fun to look through. I went to check some notebooks, also intended as a night shopping, but then I saw this. Perfect.
I bought a notebook, as if I need a notebook. It was cute.
I am running out of white t-shirts, so I decided to check if they have some of a good quality. It was good enough for me. By this point I was pretty tired, so I decided to go back home finally.
I'm so tired by this point, going straight home.
Came home, and so what I did is I went to this secondhand store within the same shopping mall where this flea market or weekend sale was, and there I have found a few things. I have found this book. It says Sushi for Beginners. I've never heard of this book before. I bought this book for 20 crowns, which is about €2 roughly. And what caught my attention was description on the back of the book. This is about 3 women, all with different life, but all having some troubles in life. So I'm gonna check this out. I hope it's not too cheesy and not too, awkward. So when was this book published? In 2000s. Perfect. I think it's nice, I don't know. So everything there is going to be about those times. Everybody is going to have flip phones, probably no social media. Really interesting. Then I bought some, I don't know how to describe it, some photo albums. When I opened it, I realized it's not so much a photo album, more like a journal, but they are from 1939. Can you believe it? It's pre-war time. And then also there's a second journal too, wartime, in photographs with somebody's notes, handwriting, drawings. Someone here took a vacation, and the whole vacation they were traveling on a bicycle in Sweden and Norway, and a tent. Look at this tent. And the bicycles. And somebody has drawn a map. And I think these are these two guys. I think it's beautiful. I bought another thing. These are the metering thing. So in old days, if people didn't have a light meter on the camera, they were able to buy a portable light meter. What this light meter does is that it allows you, as you can guess, to meter the amount of light. So here, for instance, you can set up the settings, the same settings that you would get on your camera, and then you would open up this light meter, and then you would get a perfect exposure and have a perfect photo. This one also has a signing of somebody, so it belonged to somebody. And I had another one. This is a bit different one, but with the same settings. So you open this metering sensor. You would need to do a bit of reading and tweaking, and then at the end you will get the settings that you need to apply to your camera if you want to have a perfectly exposed image. Also, I have bought 2 books for about 4 cents, and here they are. So these books are from the same series as Girl with the Dragon Tattoo. That's how it's gonna look like on this shelf. Not bad, but I'm super happy to have them in my collection, although I don't have the first book. Maybe one day I'll find it in a good price point, at a good price point. So that's what I bought on that flea market sale. I forgot, I also bought this notebook. I felt like I want to go super minimal, so just you would understand what I'm talking about. So right now I'm in this, like all my plans and notes and everything is in this. Yeah, right now I'm feeling like this. So this is it. This is my Sunday. For the rest of the day I'm going to just unwind and do some stuff to relax. And thank you so much for watching and sticking up to this point, and I hope to see you in the next one. Take care.